Hey, Blessed Tribe, it's Coach Jess. I'm back again with another mental health motivational word. I hope you guys are ready for this weekend. I hope you guys are ready to just relax and get off of your daily schedule to perhaps get into your gift if you're not already in your gift, just to fine tune, relax, and rejuvenate for the upcoming week. Spend some time with your kids, spend some time with your loved ones, and just not get into deep, dark depression. Because sometimes when that weather switch up, sometimes when you have been plowing forward in your season and God has made promises upon you, when you don't see the fruits with your own two eyes and you are just in the trenches, it can get very defeating. But I want to encourage you on today on this video that God said he equipped you with everything you need to get to your destiny. Okay, so do not give up, do not quit. I've been seeing some comments that saying we will not quit, we will be victorious, we are eagles, we are excellent spirits, we are kingdom ambassadors, and we are gifted, because God said he gave all of us various gifts that we are supposed to use them to serve one another. So right now I'm serving my gift, and I'm hoping that you guys can find some value. If this is your first time, I'm Coach Jess. I get on here each and every day. Sometimes I amaze myself at how long I have been being consistent. It has not been easy. It has definitely been a journey. But if you have a village, if you have people that support you, believe in you, and whatever you take serious, people are going to rise up to your expectation and to your standards. So don't let nobody make you feel like you cannot accomplish the thing that you want to accomplish. And God wanted me to tell you guys, listen. So this is one of the ways I knew that I needed to be healed. I needed to do some trauma healing, some shadow work, or whatever you want to call it. I wanted to get out of darkness. Something in my soul was just not setting well with me. So I used to listen to people like T.D. Jakes, R.C. Blakes, Dr. Miles Monroe, Joel Osteen, and I used to think like this life has to be like fabricated. Like nobody can wake up this happy. Nobody can have God on their mind this amount throughout the day. Nobody can get this amount of money. Nobody can get this amount of influence and prosperity by like doing the right thing. Sometimes when you come from a environment where nobody else is living like that, sometimes it's very difficult for you to believe that that life is also can be for you and your family and your children and your cousins and family. And it can get very defeating when you see people at this spiritual awakening and you're so far from that. You're over in sin, you're in toxic relationships, you have no boundaries, you have no self-esteem, your parents fled out on you, treated you poorly, you have been, not keeping your house clean, no standards, not being monitoring of what you're eating. You're just basically living a life of just so far from what God called us to be. That's how you feel. But I want to encourage you on today, if you have a difficulty watching somebody like T.D. Jakes, who has a lot of influence and who is blessed by the fruit that you can see in the level of influence, the same thing with Joel Osteen and R.C. Blakes. You remember I told you I had to turn him off for like 4 months and then go back because he was basically talking about the relationship I was in or had been in previously, and it just hurt to my core. But God said the same thing with you. If you are having a hard time hearing these words and believing them, then God said you got some healing to do. You need to get into a life coaching. You need to go to therapy. You need to incorporate prayer into your life every day. It's time for you to get to your healing and to your self-development, because too many of us, including myself for a period of time before I have developed myself into becoming the woman that you see to get today, working with God and sitting out a couple seasons, going ghost and sowing into the kingdom with self-development courses and spiritual healing retreats and all these different things I did to work on some trauma things that I had built up inside of me, to take out the old tape that was playing that I was going to end up in poverty, that my life didn't deserve to have peace, abundance, prosperity, and joy and happiness and all these things. Like, so if you're hearing messages like the one I'm delivering today and you feel like this life is not for me, it can't be. I'm a little skeptical about believing that, people can hear from God and that people are happy and that people got a smile on their face. They don't care about what they look like, what they sound like. They don't mind being bold like a lion and having authority and confidence and being humble and kind and gentle and compassionate with yourself. God say, if you do not think that these things are for you, it's time for you to get with a coach. It's time for you to sow into the sessions. It's time for you to get to your healing, because too many of us are seeing other Christians, seeing other people of influence, seeing how God is moving in other people's lives. But God said he ready to move in your life. He tired of you just watching everybody else and being skeptical of everybody else. But he want to bless you on today. So God sent me on a video today to tell you guys to trust yourself. Trust what you're feeling. Trust what you're seeing. Trust what he has revealed to you. Trust the clarity that he has given you at your fingertips. Trust the clarity of this video if it's confirmation to you. Like the video, comment, say, God, thank you for saying what you're saying through Coach Jess, because it is a wake-up call for me to understand that this abundance is just not for those people of influence. It's just not for those people who want to be happy, or, you know, you think they wave the magic wand and they're happy. No, they had to do the work that you and I are talking about today. They had to go back in their childhood and figure out what are some of those traumatic childhood adverse experiences that they went through that may be changing who they are and showing up in relationships as business partners and as parents and community advocates. You know, you need to figure out why you're showing up the way you're showing up if you are not happy with the results you are getting. God say it is time for you to stop watching everybody else be blessed. Stop watching everybody else reverse out of poverty. Stop watching everybody else go travel here, go do that, talk about the glory of God, but you're not seeing any of these things revealed in your own life. God say it's time for you, the person watching the video, it's time for you to wake up to who you are and begin to trust yourself. Trust that God has equipped you with everything you need. So I have wrote down a few things. So trust your own judgment. So just know whatever decision you make, be decisive about it. It's going to work out in your favor. Just make a decision and let God add to you, because Sarah Jake said that thing in one of her sermons. She said, if you push, God will pull. And basically all that means is that he's going to add to you. As long as you're doing what you're doing out of obedience and you're trying to increase your life, increase your kids' life, and you are investing into the kingdom, doing what you know is righteous and what will add to your salvation and won't hurt other people, and you have that pulling, that strong voice that's just like, do that thing. If it's going to break some generational things or loose from you, take the step. God say, trust your own judgment, especially if it's going to increase your life and elevate your purpose or your business or your connection, your confidence, your self-care, your health, all of that. Start eating healthy. Start going different places. Start speaking to different people who may have a different language on their tongue. Even watching this video may be new to you. God say it's okay to stop being a skeptic in this season. You are not going to be able to just tiptoe around anymore. You're going to have to dive in head first and get some of this anointing, get some of this blessing, and get some of this prosperity and health and healing that God got for you. You're going to look up one day after you trust your own judgments and start going your own way, and you're going to say, I'm happy, I'm whole, I'm healed, I love myself, I don't mind spending time with myself. All of these things are going to happen for you. It's not made up. God wanted me to definitely stress that for you, that it's not just for the TD Jakes of the world. It's not just for the Joel Osteens of the world. It's not just for the Sarah Jakes and the Latoya Okias and the Eric Thomas and R.C. Blakes and Miles Monroe. It's not just for those high value people. All they did was get into the kingdom and do their work. They start pressing into the kingdom each and every day. So don't feel like when you see other people living their best, vibrant lives, that it's a reason to be mad. It's a reason to say, oh, they're fake, they're phony, they're fraud, they're camouflage, like they from the kingdom, but they really not. These people have done the work. And when you receive these messages with a whole heart and with thanksgiving that God has blessed you with the opportunity to connect with them, you're going to say, oh, well, it's true. Like, now I'm happy. Now I'm joyous. Now I can preach the word of God and share it with other people. And just smiling, just being of a good cheer, having a good heart posture, God say, it's going to change your life drastically. I know it has for me. Even my child has experienced just a happier mom, just a more pleasant and compassionate, understanding, and even authoritative. Like, listen, we're going to do this, X, Y, and Z. So everybody gets to reap the glory of you becoming who God birthed you to be. Everybody's waiting for you. Don't think that people don't want goodness for you. They do. Check your heart posture. So like I said, that smiling, that being gracious, that being kind, being compassionate, not being a pushover, having boundaries, saying no when no needs to be said, but just choosing you in this season is going to make a big difference. The heart posture of, I am going to just be who God birthed me to be, okay? Trust your inner compass. So I always tell you, a compass, if you've ever like looked at it, it can go either way. It's like always moving depending on how you move it. You have that same thing inside of your spirit. Holy Spirit works in you to say, no, don't say that. That's going to hurt that person's feelings. No, let's save that money to do X, Y, and Z. Let's not eat out this month because we need to do self-development on healthy eating so that when we do eat out, we won't overeat or undereat. Let's not go on vacation this year because we are buying a home next year. Let's, speak life into that person. That person is very depressed. That person is very dark. Let's say something kind about not what they're wearing, but who they are, the value that they bring to this world. A lot of people on their way to commit suicide. I took a health CPR course while I was a community advocate, and the course revealed that people who were on their way to commit suicide, they said they just wanted one person before they jumped off the bridge or before they killed themselves or before they took themselves out. They said they just wanted one person to ask them how they were doing, and they would not have committed that act, or it prevented them from committing that act that they tried to act out. God is saying sometimes you're going to have to open up your mouth. Like I said, you may be the only light that people are going to come into contact with the kingdom. You may be the only person who other people are going to say, listen, I believe in God because this person is living a certain way and I knew them when they were living that way. I saw the fruit that God provided for you, and I understand that he can do the same thing with me. So you becoming the best man or woman that God birthed you to be is not only about you. We have to get out of our own flesh and begin to get into the spirit. Not all the time. Stay sober in the spirit. Remember, I told you guys, the enemy and the adversary is out there, okay, lurking. So don't get drunk in the spirit, but also, just remain sober and vigilant. But when God is saying, say something to somebody, just say it and humble yourself. Humble yourself, humble yourself, humble yourself. Even getting on here today, right now, after I just finished cleaning up my house and working on an assignment and doing X, Y, and Z, God say, humble yourself, Jessica, because these 24 hours do not only belong to you. I got a vision that I have over your life. I got a purpose and a connection with the people that I have connected to you. This is not about you. This is not about only your bloodline. This is not only about saving you and your daughter out of poverty. This is not only about saving your mental health and people connected to you. This is way bigger than you. So humble yourself on today. And when God tell you to do something, God say, give that person X amount of dollars. Give your time to that person. Do that thing for that person. God's using you as an angel to serve in somebody else's life. So don't always think, oh, I'm too good to do this. My boundary won't let me do that. Make sure that you are doing everything in reason. But when God say be obedient because it could mean life or death. A lot of things are getting serious. COVID created a lot of mental health issues and over-exaggerated things that may have already been problems in people's marriages and households. So you just never know how long you got to do the thing God asked you to do. So just go ahead and do it. Humble yourself, and you will feel so much better. Like sometimes in my mind, I'm like, you know what, God, this is going to be my good deed for today. I'm going to do it with a happy heart, with a cheerful heart, and I'm just going to just do what you asked me to do, and I'm going to feel good about it. And after that, I feel a level of fulfillment. I helped one good person in the kingdom today. They know that God is real just through me being obedient. Don't overextend your finances and overextend your time where you're stressed out and mad about what you did. But do what you're going to do with a cheerful heart. And other people are going to say, you know what, Jessica, you was the only one that took time to do that thing. You were the only one that took time to visit. You were the only one that took time to come, to call, to text, or to do that thing that I needed so desperately for somebody to do, and I didn't know how I was going to get it done. You know how it feels when God bless you out of nowhere. So be a blessing to somebody else on today, okay? So check that heart posture, smile. I'm telling you guys, if you a man smiling, a woman will jump off the curb like, oh my goodness, it's some good people out here. The men will be jumping off the sidewalk like, oh, I can't believe it's a happy woman out here. Just hey, don't even want nothing. Just hey. People need life. They need energy. They need love. They need happiness and joy and peace. Okay, it's enough hatred and bitterness. And when you work with these miserable coworkers, pray for the miserable people that you see in the community that you may work with, that may be in your family, that may be in your house. Pray for these people. Just keep loving on them. One day they're going to smile back and say, you know what? That enemy holding on to that grudge and that negativity and that frown and that angerness and hatred and bitterness, it just took them out. They got so tired they had to come over to the kingdom. So you just keep being the person you are designed to be, as far as your heart posture, and God is going to eventually allow you to impact the people that you are designed to impact. And the ones that just won't get it, don't worry about them, because in due time God will reveal through your excellent character, through your excellent way that you do things, talk to people, treat people, run your business, raise your children, and carry yourself. God is going to reveal through you how they can increase their life. They may not drastically change, but even if one thing changes, God say, well done to you being obedient in his kingdom, okay? So trust your own talents and abilities. Listen, stop thinking that what you offer is nothing. I have to tell my friends all the time, and my sister, listen, the way you gonna slay my hair, okay, I cannot wait, because this doing my hair, twisting it up, untwisting it, washing it, is just a struggle, okay? So I tell her, listen, when I get out of your chair, I feel amazing. I feel like my life just went up 10 notches because I don't have to worry about doing it every day. That protective style is going to save me with my daily schedule recording. You don't understand how you working in your gift is going to bless me. I tell my older sister, you're raising these children to be wonderful young men. You are helping me save money each month by helping me get my household products for a very affordable price using your extreme couponing abilities. I tell my friend who knows how to cover the tater chip bags and do all type of decorative balloon arcs and all this stuff, girl, listen, you're helping save people time, energy, money, things that would stress them out. You're helping release them from that because it comes to you so easy. You think that, who doesn't know how to put up a balloon arc? Who doesn't know how to do hair? Who doesn't, but when they look at me, they're like, oh, I can't believe you get on camera. How do you do it? How do you have time? Raised in London, kudos to you. People will admire what you do, but they don't understand that you got the same thing in you that I got in me, except it's so close. It's so familiar. It's like, if it was a snake, it'll bite you. That's the saying that goes like, it's basically dangling right there in your face. You do it with freedom and ease. If you clean up, start cleaning for people. People don't have time to clean. I just said I had to clean this whole house. It takes energy. When I could be on here recording, I can be on here reading scripture, I can be on here coaching somebody. Whatever value you bring, God say, trust in your abilities and your talents, that it is valuable. He gave you that skill. He gave you that creativity. He gave you that talent. He gave you that natural thing that you know how to do with the least amount of effort. That's Steve Harvey's definition of your gift, okay? The thing you do best with the least amount of effort. And if you got to go to school to do it, legally or whatever, go to school. If you got to get with a life coach, get with a therapist, get with a community, get with an internship, get with somebody to get started. People waiting on you, okay? And some of the things that you can do to begin to trust yourself after all of that, right? And you can imagine just being with me, like at the house, sitting on the sofa, like all of these things are in my mind and they come every single day. So I'm just thinking, if I didn't start my YouTube channel, what would I do with all these thoughts? What have I been doing? So you got to imagine, when I was in the world, what was I doing with all of this knowledge and wisdom and understanding that God wanted me to bring to the kingdom? What was I doing with it all? And it'll be so far ago that you can't even remember the life you used to live before you got in the kingdom, because now you're so busy in the kingdom. So get started today. I hope this inspires you guys. I hope it's helping you guys. I am feeling so filled with joy, and I live a purposeful life. I feel so fulfilled after I get on here with you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Do not give up. You're only 100 yards away, okay? And that's Eric Thomas' quote, okay? So, be yourself. It says, without fear, So sometimes we may have thoughts, or we may be giddy, or we may be nervous, or we may have like nervous energy. We may want to wear a certain thing, go a certain place, dress a certain way, do our hair a certain way, do your makeup. Sometimes you might be that person that every little thing you do, people gonna be like, oh, why did you do that? Why you say that? Sometimes we can just be fearful of what other people are gonna think about us if we say that, if we do that, if we start the channel, if we write the book, start the business, if we live a big life, it's gonna make other people feel uncomfortable. As I was reflecting on my mother's death, I just remember, like, some people never acknowledged that she even lived a full life, So sometimes when I think about being myself, I have to remember people are going to, once I transition and my life has done what God has blessed it to do in people's lives, some people are going to not even acknowledge that I was who I am in their lives. They're not even going to basically give me my flowers presently or after my death. So people that don't even waste time with you or care about you, invested in you, or do nothing for you, we need to stop worrying about what these people are going to think. These people will hate us until we die, even after death. These people will have nothing for us. Zero, zilch. They will not care about us. So the people sometimes that you think really give a hill of beans about you, or invest in you, or even thinking about you, they really not. So it's not even a good idea to even worry about what other people think about you. Be unique. The unique thing, which is my voice and my complexion and so many different things that people used to bully me about. Those are the things I see now that God wanted me to develop and tap more into. But the enemy tried to get me to shut up. The enemy tried to get me to, dislike myself because of my skin and how I talk and how I look and things like that. It's just so many things the enemy just try to keep us bottled up or depressed in that, that's the thing that God is saying. That's your unique superpower. That's your magical jewel that you have that don't nobody else have. That's the way that you can just speak to people and draw people in. That's maybe something that nobody else has. So be yourself, even if it's weird, even if it's considered quirky, even if it's considered a nerd, even if it's considered different in your community, even if people bully you about it, talk about you to no end. Those are going to be the same people who won't even invest in you if you become the best person you can be. Those are the people who won't support you, subscribe to your channel, like you, comment, call, visit, travel, nothing to support you. So don't worry about their opinion or their thoughts. Just make sure you're always pleasing God. Being yourself is going to please God. Trust me, He's waiting for you to develop, to become, and be strong enough to be the person He birthed you to be, okay? So set goals. Like I said, I live a fulfilled life. Get that vision board. I do it, I think these past 2 Januaries, I did a vision board, and I've been able to dot the dot of certain things that I've been able to accomplish. So start living a more filled life. I love Divorce Court Judge Lynn Toller. She always encourages her participants that come onto the show seeking advice and, wanting to just do better. She says to live a life filled, to live a filled life. So that was great advice that I got from watching her show of all these years. Start being busy. Start getting into your purpose. You don't even got time to hear about what the latest soap opera was. I don't even have time to watch TV like that. I've been watching Parent Trap with the Disney Plus credentials my sister gave me for like 3 days. 20-minute increments. I don't have the time. And then it'll just erase your desire. And once you live a filled life, you don't even desire to hear about what people who have nothing going on are talking about. You don't care about what they're saying about you. You don't have no interest in who did what with who and who did the moving and did that and all of this stuff. It'll be like so far like, oh, it'll be news to you. And it'll actually feel good to not even know what's going on because you're so involved into the kingdom and doing what God wants you to do to be a fulfilled, whole, happy, and pleasant person. Once you get into this knowledge and you get into the understanding, you will say, I'm happy, I'm whole, I'm just cool, I'm peaceful, I'm good on all that drama, that chaos, that toxicity, that negativity. Whew. you're going to say, I'm good on all of that because I'm living a fulfilled life. Even if that's just having some adult time, spending time by yourself, being alone, reading a book, having some a glass of wine, fixing your favorite recipe, and just chilling out, watching a movie for an hour or two, just to debrief, things like that. You'll enjoy being by yourself a lot more once you start getting into your purpose and living a fulfilled life. You just be on your own page, doing your own thing. You're getting organizations that are supporting the things that mean something to you. You'll get active in the community. Your kids will have you at gymnastics, cheerleading, this place, that place. You'll be supporting your family. You'll always have something to do to keep you filled and not focus on negativity and drama. You will just be doing the things that bring you joy. And build on your strengths. These are things that are going to help you be yourself. Focus on what you do good. If you don't cook good, don't try to cook good. Don't try to bring the special dish for Thanksgiving. They're going to talk about you. Bring no watery potato salad or nothing like that. Listen, if you don't cook good, don't try to cook. I don't do hair good, so I did try because I have to do something to it. But I let my sister do that. I'm not good at couponing and vlogging and all this different stuff that certain people in my circle are really good at. I don't know how to begin to cover chip bags, so I don't try to do what I'm not good at. I try to tap into things that are my strengths. Motivating people, encouraging people, being the light for people, being that good hype man, that perfect energy, that optimistic attitude, somebody to get you to start your business, somebody to get you in the middle of the ocean out there like, yep, I told you could do it, and then you begin to be successful. I'm that person. I stick to what I'm good at. Things that are going to help motivate me, things that are going to build me up. But also I know what my weaknesses are. I know that I don't like to talk about big decisions that people have to make in their lives. I know that kind of makes me go into a shell. I know sometimes going into large crowds, I'm an empath, so it makes me a little nervous. I know certain things about me that I know I have to self-development and I have to work on over a period of time. So I stick with my strengths to bring me up so I can feel productive, but I also work on my weaknesses. I know that, with this health coach, I'm having to tap into some things that make me nervous and step out of my comfort zone. But I'm still focusing on my strengths, and it brings out my weaknesses. All of us have strengths and weaknesses. So being more of yourself, you use some of those strengths for your good. God is going to make you a billionaire, a millionaire, or, some level of influence. He's going to use your strengths to help you get to where you're going. And he even going to use your weaknesses too. You just don't know how just yet. But with that self-development, sewing into the coaching, therapy, just Googling how to, whatever your weakness is, improve that, boom, it'll help you out. And make up your mind. Being decisive. This is not my strong point, because sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that. And then I end up doing it. But he's saying with those big decisions, as far as your relationship status, you cannot toggle back and forth. You got to be in or out. As far as your dietary, look, you got to be either fasting or you just out. And nothing is wrong with either one of them, but one level is going to take you to the next level spiritually, economically, socially, emotionally, spiritually, all those things. And the other one will keep you stagnant. So the choice is yours. But God say, make the right decision. And you know which decision you need to be making based off of the clarity that he's provided for you in your life. But make the decision. If you say that the child can't watch YouTube or can't do the internet, stick to it. That's one of mine. I'm like, I did say you couldn't watch the internet, didn't I? But, okay, stick to it. Make sure that you are sticking to your decisions, okay? And value your alone time. I already touched on that one a little bit. Have you a glass of wine, read you a book, tell the kids, go do something else, but just don't bother me for the next hour, because I'm going to be in here journaling, minding my business, taking a shower, lighting a candle. I'm going to be doing something, and that's my alarm to take my food out of the oven. See? So I'm working while I'm working. Everything will come into balance. Everything that you go to do will begin to balance out once you get into alignment. Once you start trusting yourself and understanding that God got everything worked out. You got the talents, the abilities, the stamina, the confidence, the humbleness, everything you need. You got it, okay? I love you guys. I'm about to get off because I have to spend some time. I have to do my transition time now before my next thing to do. So that is just when I relax, I meditate. I may watch 20 minutes of TV. I may just do some downtime things before I transition to the next task. So before I got here, I had cleaned up, I put the chicken on, and then I transitioned in here. I did my makeup a little bit. You might can't see it, but I did a little makeup. That was my little downtime, transitioned, and I came in here. This has been about 30 minutes, so I did this, and now I'm about to transition to the next thing, and I'll do that and until I get off, so me and London will be home and we can enjoy the afternoon. I'll transition there. I baked her some cookies. Y'all, we're gonna walk today because I've been eating cookies for 2 days. But we're gonna have some girl time. I probably finish my Disney Plus movie. My sister's gonna do my hair. I'm gonna be able to record with freedom and ease, have that protective style. So, I'm hoping that you guys are rocking and rolling with these videos. I just love them. I don't know, what else have I been doing? What else was I doing? But I just love you guys. I'm hoping that you guys found value in the videos. I'm hoping that you are connecting with me. I'm hoping that me elevating and becoming the best Jessica I can be is encouraging you and helping you elevate to the next spiritual realm. Because like I said, God got an abundance for you. An abundance of finances, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of peace, of joy, prosperity. But you have to plow. You have to press. When you press, God is going to add to that. When he see you sacrificing, he's going to add to that. Your obedience to do the one thing he tell you to do may be to watch the video today. Subscribe, like the video, invest into a life coaching session, but take a walk today, bake the cookies, clean up the house, mop the floor. I had to take time to do all of these things. Go here, read this, invest in that, travel here. It's so many little things that we do that we overlook, that we think we need to go to the sky and the moon to get. God say it's right there in your house. Make up your bed every day. Open up the blinds and get some sunlight. Go sweep the floor, get the dirt out the floor, go and vacuum the car. The car is just, not, maybe Holy Spirit want to meet you in your car like Holy Spirit meet me in my car. But you might not be feeling the energy if it's dirty in there. It's certain little bitty things that we can do to elevate ourselves. Smile. Yep, my rent due, but smile. Yep, everything late, but smile. God is going to send a way. He already got my kingdom investment on the way. I got my gifts and my talents wrapped up in my mouth or in my hands. I'm going to begin to press play and get myself out of poverty on today. I am going to do the things that God is telling me to do so I can become the best version I can be. God got every answer to everything that you are experiencing. He got it for you. He got happiness, joy, a good marriage, a good relationship, friends, eagle friends. He got a life coach out there that's for you. He got a therapist out there for you. Anything that you desire. He got the perfect house already being built in the kingdom for you. He got those clothes you desire to wear. He got everything that you desire is already yours. You just got to start trusting yourself. You've trusted other people long enough and it's got you right where you are now. Not happy, not thriving, not peaceful, not joyous, not compassionate with yourself, depressed, full of anxiety, not sleeping at night, stressed out. God say, get rid of that. Trade that in. It's enough of that. Do not take that into 2024. Please, whatever you do what you got to do for this last leg of the year. Do not take that attitude and that lack and scarcity into the next year. God say you won't be able to survive another year the way you've been plowing. You're going to have to plow another way so he can add fruit to your life. And people look at you like, what? I cannot believe you made them changes, okay? It is amazing here. It takes time. It takes time and investment. But you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's not just cliche. That is really true. Because if God can change me, listen, when we get one-on-one, I'll share a little bit more. But if God can change me, who was a hot mess, God can change you too. All right. I love you guys. Let me go get my chicken. Have a good day.